Hi, many people have asked how I create posters for communities of practice events, meetup events, and so forth. And while Photoshop is certainly a great tool, we can also use PowerPoint, and PowerPoint is the tool that I use when I don't have access to other things. So the way that I do it, I use three particular tricks, and I hope these will be helpful for you. One is how you create the background, and you can create the background from a variety of different things. The second is text and effects if you need the effects. And then how do you crop an image to get this nice circular crop image here of just about anything. So we are going to create a blank PowerPoint slide. And the first thing I want to do is I want to create the background color. So I'm going to format the background. You may choose not to use this, but I'm going to go ahead and just put a color here, and we'll come back to why that's important and how we can use that in a minute. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to select an image to go here. Now you can take an image from anything. Someone can send you an image. You can take an image from your computer, online. I'm just going to grab an image from this set of images here. And let's take, I have no idea what this is, but let's take this one, or let's take the ballerinas. We'll do ballerinas for whatever reason. And this is what we'll do. Now, the first thing you want to do when you pull in the image is you'll notice it doesn't fit these the full slide. So what I want to do is I want to crop it and make sure you have picture format selected up here at the top. Crop, and the aspect ratio, we want 16:9. That is the aspect ratio of most of your slides and most computer screens these days. So that's what we're going to do. And you see it just very quickly did that. Now I'm going to stretch it here and make sure it matches there. I'm just going to grab these corners here and stretch it to match. Ta-da! We now have it matching the exact same slide. The next thing I want to do is, again, I want to make sure I have it selected. And when I do, I want to make sure I select picture format. If you can't find these options, make sure you select this. And then I'm going to go to color, and I'm going to adjust the color. Now, because I want kind of an orange background, I'm going to select this orange background selection here. And now you can see I have now created this. And we now have an orange background. Now, it's very white, and that white is kind of bright. So what I'm going to do next is, again, I'm going to make sure I have it selected. I'm going to go over here to Format Picture, and I'm going to select the picture icon here. And when I do that, I can adjust the transparency of this picture. Now, because I have an orange background behind it, you'll notice the whole image becomes more orange, and everything fades into the background a little bit more. So I'm going to do that. And there we go. So now we've faded that into the background. So now we have a nice background. And you can do this for any color, any image. Again, I just used the stock images here, insert pictures that Microsoft offers, but you could do it from any image you could pull over, and suddenly you have a nice background. The next thing are text effects. So I'm going to select Insert, Text box, and I'm going to create a text box. Ta-da! That's pretty much it. Event title, and you don't have to do a whole lot here. I like to center the titles, and then you can stretch it over here to make sure it stays centered, and just click the center, and then you can make it bigger or smaller if you wish. I want to make them pretty big just so they stand out. Oh, that's probably too big, but you can make it bold, and you can put it wherever you want. Now, one of the things that happens is this particular background, the black shows up very good, but on other things like the red I have up here, it didn't show up very well. So what you can do is you can select, not the text, you see the text is highlighted, but select the box itself. And when you do that, you can select the fill color, and I'm going to select solid fill for the color. And notice it's orange. So now I have a solid orange there, but you could make it white or something else. And then you can also adjust this transparency. And if I wanted white text, I might do a black fill and make it transparent, and that will lighten it up just a little bit so the text shows up better. Another effect that you can do, if we insert other text, and again, this particular color shows up pretty well. Shows up well. We'll just leave that like that. And if the text isn't showing up as well as you would like, you can also select the text Now, notice I have the select text. We can select this option here, over here on the right, effects for format shape, and we can do shadows or glow. And if we do a shadow, we can just do a shadow effect. Oh, sorry, I grabbed the whole box. So text options, grab this one, shadow effect. Make sure you have that one. Don't make the mistake I just did. And you select that. And if you adjust the color, you can use any of the presets, and that will give it a little shadow if you can see the shadow there. And that makes the text stand out just a little bit better when you add a shadow around it if necessary. Okay. It isn't now always necessary, but it can help. The next thing we want to do is we want to add our little icon. And again, I'm just going to choose something here, but if you have someone's photo, if someone sends you a photo or you have your own photo, or better yet, you might have someone's LinkedIn profile photo, which is something they've already looked at. We can take any of these images and let's take this cow. We're going to add a cow. Our cow is going to be our presenter for the day, just because that seems kind of fun. And what we want to do with the cow is, again, we want to crop the image. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to crop this image. We're going to click crop, and we're going to pull it down a little bit to kind of where we want it to be. And we're going to make a nice little box. And there's our cow. And we'll pull our cow in there, and we'll make it a little bit bigger because we're going to make it round. And then you can move the cow within here a little bit once you have that. So we'll have a little cow there. And there we go. So now if I click anywhere, it will do that. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to click on the cow again. And I'm going to say crop and aspect ratio. I want 1:1. So I want a perfect square. And so now it is the exact same size. It's 3.45. And then I'm going to crop it one more time. I'm going to crop to shape. And I'm going to select the oval, which is then going to make this nice circular effect. So now I have this nice little circle, and I can move the circle wherever I want. I can change the size by doing this. If I do the corners, I want to be careful. I want to make sure that I only do the corners, not the sides, because this will keep the same aspect ratio. And if it doesn't show up well enough, again, I can go to, with it selected, I can click this little format picture, add line. I can add a solid line around it. We can adjust the color of the line, adjust the thickness, and it will put a border around our circular image there. And now we have it. So then I can continue to add text, other images. You can add little icons if you want, but these are the main things that I wanted to show you. And then when you are ready to save this, go to File, Save As. And when you save as, make sure you choose JPEG. You could choose PNG, but JPEG is just smaller. And we're going to say, give it a name. And then when you click Save, it is going to ask you, do you want to save all the slides or just this one? We're going to save this one. And now we have just saved this beautiful JPEG, and we can call it the JPEG anytime we want. And here it is. Here's cow. And we can see that we now have a cow JPEG, and you can pull that into any web page you want. And you have just created your first poster for an event. Hope this helps. Thanks. Bye.